Hey guys, for this video I'm going to be talking about Margaret Sanger. Now, who is Margaret Sanger, you might ask? Basically, she started the term birth control and made it what it is today. She actually founded the first birth control facility in the United States, which later became known as Planned Parenthood. She was born in September 1879 and died in September 1966. Hold up one sec, let me do the math. So she lived to be about 86 years old and some change. So Margaret growing up. Her maiden name was Margaret Higgins. Margaret was born in Margaret was born in Corning, New York. Her parents were Michael Higgins and Ann Higgins. Michael Higgins was a thoroughgoing free thinker, whatever that is. And Ann Higgins was a mother that went through 18 pregnancies, but only had 11 live births. Hold up, let me do the math again. Carry the 1. That's 7 babies that did not make it. Margaret was on the 11 lucky ones. After Margaret's mother passed away from poor medical care, she was inspired to go to nursing school. Margaret and her education. Margaret went to Claverick College and studied in nursing and medicine. She later moved to New York and served in the poverty-stricken slums of the East Side. Then, in 1902, she married William Sanger. See, that's where she got the last name from. Though there are many things that possibly inspired Margaret's work, like her mother's many births and working with poverty, it's stated that one moment in particular really inspired Margaret to do what she did and become who she became. That moment was supposedly after meeting a working class immigrant that went through many childbirths, miscarriages, where the baby didn't make it, and even self-induced abortions. Apparently, this immigrant mother pleaded to Margaret for education on birth control. This really inspired Margaret to not only educate women on birth control, but to fight for the right for birth control. Many saw Margaret as the head of the birth control and kind of women's rights movements. Like many claim that she was the birth control movement. She, of course, like I said earlier, she started Planned Parenthood, which is a facility for mothers, to be educated on birth control, aborting babies. She even strived for it. Like she really worked hard and hoped that one day there might even be just a simple pill that a mother could take to prevent pregnancies. She was one of the many leaders that fought for women's rights, and she was just one of the most influential women in U.S. history, with many honors and many landmarks dedicated to her. Now, I wasn't going to include this, but you can't Google Margaret Sanger without this popping up. While many still honor her hard work throughout history, people are now starting to come up with speculations that maybe she might have actually been secretly racist. Let me go into detail. So I can't really talk about this without first explaining what eugenics is. It's basically improving the human race by controlling breeding. Eugenics is closely related to the Nazis and how they were trying to exterminate the unfit races to create that ideal race. The issue of Margaret being associated with eugenics was brought up fairly recently when she was praised to be a hero, but some found her, I guess, previous quotes, apparent quotes, where she kind of just talked about how she slowly wanted to exterminate minority races and those unfit. That way she can create that ideal population. It's all kind of crazy theories, but I figured I'd bring it up just because it's kind of relevant in media right now. Regardless of whether you see her as a hero or some crazy villain that was trying to exterminate races or whatever, she still is one of the most influential women in U.S. history. And these are my sites. Thank you for listening.